What's up, everybody? It's your favorite life coach, Tanya Williams, coming on with the nugget of the day. I know it's been a minute since I've had one, but I've had a lot going on, and you know how that goes. We can just let things get away from us. So today I want to talk to you a little bit about gifts versus grace. And so I was talking to a friend of mine not long ago, and we used to go to church together, but we still keep in touch. And we were talking about TikTok, and I was telling her how I just love TikTok. It's now become my favorite social media platform, only because it's really a place where people can come together, and it's not like Facebook or Instagram or anything like that where they're just showing their highlight reels and hating on each other and everybody's trying to stunt. It's really like for the most part, a good community to where most people support one another and things like that. You do have the random people that come on there and troll and stuff like that, but it's not anything like other platforms. So anyway, we were talking, and I was just telling her how I started out. She was asking me, she's like, well, how did you start out on TikTok? And I was like, well, the crazy thing is I first just started watching it, and I really, when I started doing it, I thought, I would do it for just for laughter, to make people laugh and stuff like that. But I started watching these sermons and stuff, and I was like, oh, those are good. So I kind of replaced the nugget of the day with those, and it just kind of has grown and taken off from there. Now, many of you who know me, I am the least probably funny between me and my husband, and probably the least talented. He's pretty much got the gift of everything. Everything he picks up, he can just naturally do or whatever. And so he just has natural gifts, and he has a gift for singing and things like that, acting and all these things. And I took drama in high school and stuff like that, but I've never really had these gifts per se. And I've kind of just known my lane, and I've stayed in it. He's not been afraid to experience and do other things and things like that. I know, like, I stick to speaking, ministry, and things like that. And even with that, it's had to grow into where it is now. So it just didn't happen for me overnight. Like with him, he just woke up one day and said, I'm going to teach my kids that, they can work for themselves, and I'm going to start singing again. And he did it. And that is an example where God not only uses your gift, but he gives you grace for it, right? So the conversation went on about TikTok and things like that, and we were just like talking about it, and I was like, ooh, that would be a good nugget of the day to tell people. So like I said, when I first started TikTok, I have really no experience in acting or anything like that. I'm really just getting into my preaching and figuring out what my style is and things like that. But I know that I love to encourage people, and I have a gift for exhortation and just making people motivated and inspiring them and things like that. So whenever I started doing these TikToks, God really just started to kind of prompt me and say, do TikToks. I knew he'd called me outside four walls or whatever. And so I thought, okay, I'm going to take advantage of this. This is another way, I can reach people outside four walls. Why would I not use this? It's a free platform. And I was like, a lot of young people are on TikTok, so this would be a great way to just reach them, even if it's just with a positive message today, because these young people are not going to church. It ain't nothing where you're judging them or pushing the Bible down their throat or anything like that. It's just an inspiring message, right? And it has just really been overwhelming that the grace that God has given me to do it. And it's just like, I have been barely doing TikTok a year. Y'all excuse me, my dog, the bus is out there, and she just ain't having it. Girl, be quiet. And so he's just given me the grace to do it. And anything you do, like a craft, the more you practice it, the better you're going to get or whatever. But I remember when I first started doing it, people laughed at me, and they were making fun of me or whatever. But now, like, my TikTok community has grown so much within a year. I've actually had to fill out a form for my taxes for TikTok, because now they're wanting, if they use my voice or anything like that, which I just pretty much ad-lib everything. So usually it's not my voice on there, but if they want to use my voice or my sound, they have to pay for it. And then they also, if I do these challenges and things like that, I can get paid for them. So anyway, I said all that to say this, that it wasn't a gift. It's not a talent. It's not something that I have in the natural a knack for, but God has graced me to do it and it to grow. And because I was doing it out of purpose, like ministry is my purpose, it's my passion, and I love to do it, God has graced me to just excel on this platform and do really well. So, don't pay attention to the naysayers and things like that when you try to do something that may not be your natural ability or a natural gift to you. But just hang in there. Let this be an encouragement to you that, sometimes God will grace you in replacement of the gift. And that's really what he's done with me with TikTok. So don't be afraid of what people might say, and don't be afraid of stepping outside the box and being uncomfortable, because that's how I was in the very beginning. It was uncomfortable. And I was, in the beginning, I was trying to figure my way out what I was going to do. And it's just like, those came to me. And even my husband was like, you're so good at what you do. It's like you find the right part of the sermon and you just put it in there, and it really speaks to people. And God has given me the grace to do that. And like I said, I really enjoy it. So the next time that the thing about God is, the enemy always is an opposer, right? So he always tells us the opposite of what God says, right? So when you get these ideas like this, like TikTok and things like that, to do these things like I did, that is something coming from God, because it is to work to build up his kingdom. And y'all all know the story about the devil and how Lucifer got kicked out of heaven. Why? Because he was wanting to take over. He wanted it all for himself. So that's how when you get an idea or a vision of something like this, that it's actually coming from God and not the enemy. So anyway, that was my nugget of the day, gift versus grace. So I hope that helps somebody out there who's pondering whether or not they should do something that maybe they feel like God's told them to do, and will it work or whatever. The only way that it won't work is if you don't try. So I hope this encouraged you today, and you will step out and do something new. Y'all have a great day.